So with respect to the gas management, we have two main engines and two journeys running on gas, and we have subcooler also running on around 75% load now. So first thing, I will reduce subcooler load so that we have enough load available on the journeys to start the second LD compressor. Meanwhile, we can check the lineup of the LD compressors. Both LD compressors suction valve is fully open, and both LD compressors discharge valve is connected to both GCU and main engine rails, which means that outlet of both the LD compressors are common. In our case, LD1 is already running, and we just need to make sure that lube oil pumps for LD compressor number 2 were already running, so have to have the oil temperature attained to get the start signal, and make sure we have this ready to start signal for LD2 compressor. Now that we have both the generators running at around 55% load, we have sufficient power to run LD2 compressor. Let's go ahead and start the second LD compressor. Before doing that, let's go to this LD compressor parallel control page and check the running compressor. In our case, it is LD compressor number 1 is master, and LD compressor 2 is slave. This step is very important. Ensure that the running LD compressor's control is being set to cascade, selector in LD, and the standby selector, compressor selector in LD, and load control in manual. And on the LD which is stopped, in our case which is LD number 2, ensure all the manual override values are 0 so as to avoid any potential issues with the solenoid valves for anti-surge valves. Since we have done all the basic checks, now we are starting LD2. Auxiliary lube oil pump has automatically stopped. Now we wait for the standby LD compressor's pressure to rise to 600 kPa. Okay, the controller has shifted to cascade. Now we are ready to press build up off. We will press build up off now. The indication will change as build up on. The building up sequence is on now. The next step would be to parallel. We will be doing that once the build up sequence is finished. Now the build up sequence is finished, so we'll go ahead and press parallel. Let's go to the parallel operation page. Now we have both the LD compressors running on parallel. Now let's go and compare the operating parameters for both the LD compressors. At this point, we can see that both of the VDV valves are at their minimum position, since we don't have much of the gas consumers readily available to increase the load. If we wish to increase the gas load, we have either option to increase the main engine RPM, or we can start the GCU and ramp up the GCU flow rate. So ideally, the paralleling operation is considered to be complete when both the suction temperature of first stage temperatures are almost the same. It is considered that the LD parallel operation procedure is complete. We wait for the temperatures to equalize and we can proceed to stop the parallel operation. Okay, let's check the suction temperatures for stage 1 of both the LD compressors. Stage 1 suction temperatures are almost the same, so the parallel operation is complete. We can close the parallel operation and end the parallel operation by stopping the slave compressor. In order to stop the parallel operation, press parallel all button. At this point, on the slave compressor, select the controller and reduce the controller output. So as to reduce the operating pressure of the LD compressor. as we decrease the controller OP, we can observe that the stage 1 surge valve is increasingly opening more. Once the stage 1 surge valve is 60% or more open, we can give stop command to the slave compressor just to ensure we are stopping the right compressor. The slave is number 2, so we give the stop command. At this point, we can see the number 1 LD compressor has ramped up and pressurized the fuel gas header. Post the stop command, we can see the pressure of LD2 compressor is slowly ramping down, preparing for the stop. So the slave LD compressor, in our case which is LD2 compressor, has automatically stopped. This completes our parallel operation.